Greetings Multiverse! With Gotham Knights releasing in October, all eyes are beginning to turn to WB Montreal's next game, which is seemingly already well into production and is rumoured to be a Superman open world game. I covered a few developments about the potential new Superman game in a previous video earlier this year, which you can find linked to above, where some WB Montreal job listings and developer LinkedIn profiles suggested the Superman project had been in development for a few years but was seemingly on hold while they finished Gotham Knights. I also pointed to Red Dead Redemption 2 voice actor Roger Clark, who made some suspicious tweets about a Superman game that suggested he knew a little about it. Now that Gotham Knights is nearly out, there have been a few further developments on the project, so let's see what we know about the next WB Montreal game. Before we start, if you folks could subscribe to DC Comics Gamer if you haven't already, and if you hit that notification bell, it will let you know when a new video goes live. I've got a lot of exciting things coming up, to say nothing about the release of Gotham Knights itself, so stay tuned. While WB Montreal seemingly paused its next game while it wrapped up Gotham Knights, recent job listings confirm that this is no longer the case, and the studio has multiple games in production, and they are all DC Comics games. For example, a currently active listing for a motion capture technical manager clearly states that the position is to work on WB Montreal's next AAA game productions. Plural. Rather more compellingly, a recent listing for a senior producer to work in WB Montreal's game development team confirms that the studio has multiple AAA titles in production, and all of them are set in the DC Comics universe. WB Montreal had always been planned as a DC-focused studio, but there were concerns that this might be changing. As the studio's website previously stated, it made DC-only games, but now calls them outstanding AAA gaming experiences instead. It's good to note that the studio is indeed DC-focused still. But what about Superman? Yes, WB Montreal is making several new DC games, but is there any further evidence that they're doing a Superman game or something set outside of Gotham City for a change? The answer we can reveal is a big yes. Another recent job listing for a senior character artist boasts some curious requirements that do not seem to point to a Batman or a more grounded superhero game like Gotham Knights. Under the responsibilities, the artist will be required to sculpt complex creature types from bipeds to quadrupeds and beyond. While this already sounds slightly unearthly, the and beyond really clinches it, solidified by later in the listing, which tasks the artist with creating believable characters. In other words, original alien creatures that the player can believe are real. It seems very unlikely to have Batman or the Bat family fighting multi-legged alien creatures from beyond, so it has to be a different type of DC game to Gotham Knights or Batman Arkham Origins. And the odds are that it's either Superman, who fights alien monsters all the time, or a full Justice League game. It's highly unlikely to be Green Lantern, for example. So there are definitely multiple DC games in production at WB Montreal, and at least one of them will include alien creatures. That's an exciting prospect, as that really narrows the options as to what the game may be, with Superman being the front runner, and I can't wait to see more. And we'll continue to report on any new developments on WB Montreal's next game after Gotham Knights. Before we finish though, there is one last little bit of info, specifically Superman open world game related. Remember the suspicious tweets by voice actor Roger Clark from my last video, where he out the blue suggested there was a Superman open world game coming? Well, the recent fan created Unreal Engine 5 Superman game demo by TJ Atomica got a lot of attention, so much so that plenty of press sites reported on it, including IGN. When IGN tweeted their story out, guess who liked the story? None other than Roger Clark. It could be nothing, or it could be everything. But what do you folks think? Do you think there's enough evidence to confirm that a Superman game is in development at WB Montreal? Or would you prefer a different DC game at this point? Do you think Roger Clark knows about it, or was this all coincidence? Let us know in the comments below, or on the Inside the Multiverse Discord server. That's the server to the DC podcast I'm a part of, and you'll find a link to that in the description below. Please like, share and subscribe, that all really helps me out, and check out other videos on DC Comics Gamer, including my analysis of the Gotham Knights map with 3 unrevealed new characters. For now, thanks for watching folks, and Multiverse out.